Good morning, everyone. It's Joker, and today we are back with another slime video, and it is early. For me. Shut up. Anyways, so last night we got the data download and the game leaks and the ultimate animations for the new Dark Diablo and Dark Rimuru Tempest Protector. And they looked very interesting. Many things have been said over the past couple hours that I've been asleep of, they like this, they don't like this, and I'm kind of split right now. However, a couple hours ago, while I was still sleeping, we did get the kind of skill preview that they've been doing for each of the new units. And on the plus side, it even came in English, courtesy of the Facebook page, which, as we know, has a stellar, absolutely pristine record of putting the correct skills on the correct units. So, let's go ahead and take a look at it, and just remember that things are subject to change. But here we have the preview. So Diablo, his first skill is increases his own ultimate damage by 80% for 15 points. 80% for one turn, and then we don't know his second skill. That looks very good. It looks very, very good indeed. But it is not a team-wide alt boost, so as far as pure percentages, Windmillum will still reign supreme, giving everybody 70%, but at the same time that also costs 55 points versus 15 points. And then Rimuru, we already know his Guidance of Divine Protection is Dark and Space. His skill increases all allies' defense by 50% for 2 turns. That's pretty good. Increases all allies' dark attack by 15% for 2 turns. That's pretty good. Decreases the skill cost by 20 for Vanguard allies, cannot go below each skill's initial cost. So, he is like Sokka 2.0, but instead of giving guard, he gives defense for 2 turns. And I'm not entirely sure what I like more, because obviously guard will help you take less damage from normal attacks, which, if you're fighting an enemy that has a super powered up, normal, like Conquest Millum, then guard is necessary. But defense, will still decrease the damage you take from normals, but also decrease the damage you take from ultimate damage, which is something that guard does not do. So it's kind of a toss-up of what I prefer more. Testing will have to be done to see, which one comes out on top. Obviously, the fact that you don't nullify ultimate damage with guard is a big factor. But does the guard power further reduce the amount of damage you take versus 50% defense, which is currently the highest defensive boost we've seen in game? I don't know yet. The ally's dark attack by 15% for 2 turns is cool. It's a temporary boost, so that does not stack, but there is no current dark booster as a battle unit. Like we don't have a Space Millum or Leon for the dark team, so this is the beginning of it. And based on this, I don't think we will get one of those because, one, the dark team is still pretty good, and it's the first meta that ever came out, and it's still pretty good. And this is a temporary boost, which means another temporary boost will outweigh it. And I don't think we're going to get... Well, I mean, we might get a battle unit with a permanent boost. Who knows? So 15% for 2 turns. I mean, that'll help this Diablo do even more damage because we got a dark attack coming from the protection gauge. We've got an 80% alt boost. You've got, Space Rimuru is a thing still. The hero is definitely a thing. So, I mean, the Dark team is going to look interesting, and his second skill will be very, very telling of how good Diablo will be. And then the skill cost by 20 for Vanguard allies is the same thing that Sokka does, where she resets skill costs. So if you use this 15-point skill, it goes up to 35 points. But then you use Rimuru, and this drops back down to 15, and you can continually use that over and over and over. So if you have a bunch of blues, then you're going to constantly have defense, you're going to constantly have your extra dark attack, and you're constantly going to reset your skill costs, which seems good on paper. But I don't know if we needed that again for a protection unit. So, I don't know. I'm kind of not overly impressed by Rimuru right now. But again, we'll have to do some testing and figure out just how good he can actually be, because who knows? He could be very, very, very cracked, and then I will have a completely different opinion of him. Diablo is interesting because he's already power crept Octagram Leon out of existence, because he has an 80% boost, and Octagram Leon, if we go all the way down here into his skill, he has a 50% boost for 50%, or for one turn, for 15 points. He also does boost his own crit rate by 10%, which, you know, is I don't know about that. 10% is not something you can bank on, and I definitely ain't fishing for crits with him. So, same cost, 30% less ultimate damage, and you get a 10% crit rate increase. So it's like Octagram Leon. Octagram units continuously being pushed out by the units that, you know, succeed them, whether or not they're on the same meta or not. Which then begs the question, it's like, do we need Octagram units then? Like, let's take a look. Space Millum has been hard replaced by the new Space Millum. Octagram Leon is, I mean, if you have Gazel, you don't need Leon, and his ult boost now is poor compared to this new Diablo. Romulus is still the best healer in the game, and the only wind support that we have right now, so I mean, she's still good. We have another Octagram unit that I will not talk about because he's utter trash. And we are still waiting for Octagram Valentine to come out in, you know, 2 months. Because she comes out at the end of June, and it is the beginning of May right now. So we still have to get through all of May and then most of June. So effectively 2-ish months, 1.5 months, somewhere around there. And God knows what her kit's going to be, and God knows if it's already going to be power crept out by the time the next unit after her releases. So, yeah, I don't know how I feel about Rimuru, and then Diablo, again, we'll see what his second skill is. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And they drop in 11.5 hours from the time I'm recording this. It's currently 7:30 in the morning. They drop at 7 p.m. for me tonight. So I will see you guys then, and we will definitely do some testing. Also, because it's Monday and I leave for my conference tomorrow morning, I will not have a lot of chance to test these guys because I won't be home. So I'm going to give you guys an option. You could put your answers in these comments and I'm going to ask it on stream. But after I do the summons for these guys, would you prefer that I cut the stream and do my testing on my own so I can get the videos up faster and that way I can get some sleep that night? Or would you prefer me to do the testings while live, and I'll just kind of have to cut the chat box out and maximize the gameplay screen and just pretend that chat isn't there and go through my normal standards of recording? Let me know in the comments what you guys would like. Option 1, option 2. Just summons or live recording. Let me know. But for now, take it easy, guys, and I'll see you later.